What's going on, everybody? Applersky here, back with another section of Nobody Wants to Die. This is part 4. This one's a little bit different. It kind of starts right where the last part left off, like instead of starting a brand new mission. I think it's still kind of considered part of that last mission. Kind of like an interlude, I guess you would say. So, and you will notice too, about the last quarter of the video, I turned on subtitles. As I mentioned previously, I was having some volume balancing issues, so you will see those pop up in the later part of the video. So, hope you guys like the game so far. I hope you guys are kind of following my path, because it does kind of require you to make some of the same decisions that I do. So with that being said, let's get into it.
Hey, Chief. Did you hear they served scotch with lead at Icarus?
I didn't hear anything, especially not from you, because you weren't fucking there.
Listen, I grabbed up some evidence. Ties the whole mess to green with a big fat bow.
You were supposed to send the Green Report. That was it. End of list. Fuck. All right. You listen, and listen good. Anybody asks, I haven't talked to you since the accident.
Chief, come on.
Nope. I'm pulling you off the case. Steiner, out.
Throw me off the case. There's an old saying, if you can't tell what's going on, it's about money. Steiner's a decent enough guy, but everyone in the city has a price. No doubt about it, this case smells worse than a 2-week-old corpse in a storm drain. So many victims. Who's really behind it all? I don't know his name, but I can already tell what kind of man he is. Some fucking philosophy major dropout, screaming about remaking society, without even realizing he's just covering up his own pathetic insecurities. Try to stop thinking about it. Try to back away. Shut it down. For one simple reason. Much as I like the idea of throwing myself into the city's abyss, if I do that, I'll drag other people down with me. And Sarah doesn't deserve that. This city has a disease, something festering, somewhere deep down, underneath the routine of concrete and steel. Below the predatory grin of the neon lights, an infection has set in. It's like everybody started having the same nightmares, night after night. I know the dream, the one that makes me wake up drenched in sweat. Heart about to crack open, scream locked in my throat. When something's chasing me and there's nowhere to hide, and no matter how fast I go, it's always faster. And I can hear it right behind me. just the thing to help get through it. Old Zed. Man's a classic. True professional. He'll fix any machine you bring him, as long as you're not picky about where the parts come from. The opera. You take away the singing and the shitter break in the middle, and all you got left is your average daytime soap. Disgusting. At night, they ventilate the ground floor plants. They say it's necessary. Necessary to dump even more pollution into the air. Fuckers. Another starless night. No surprise there. This much air pollution. Every night's starless.
Alright, so after all that dialogue, which some of it's optional, you can choose to go into the car, and immediately this is where we're going to grab our trophy that was related to the previous part, where we grabbed the bottle of scotch and took it with us. So if you look down onto the seat, there's a bottle of moonshine. And then there's the bottle of scotch, the one with the yellowish label. You're going to want to grab that. And when it prompts you to take the scotch, he'll take a drink of it and the trophy will pop.
This, I understand. Sweeter than perfume.
Disaster has shaken the city. Now new facts have come to light, which will bring you live in just a moment, in an exclusive special report.
I wonder how Sarah is dealing with it. All this risk for a fucking piece of plastic. Can't even tell what it's for.
Sarah to move the story forward.
Hello?
Hi, Sarah. You listening to the radio?
It's the middle of the night. Are you drinking again?
Relax. I'm on autopilot.
You or the car?
Did you hear? Icarus is already in the news.
No shit, Sherlock. They've been trumpeting it all over the media for an hour. Wait till they find out politicians have tried to lower the age of free body subscriptions again. People are gonna lose it.
They'll get over it. It's just another tax.
Just another tax. Do you know that I barely saved up for my first subscription? All the money was spent on living. If I had to pay a year earlier, I probably wouldn't be here.
I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Thousands of people in the same boat every year. Not everyone makes it, and these fucks want to take away what little chance they have. How can they?
Politicians aren't people. They're assholes.
That's right. People's lives depend on these decisions. They're what decides if you end up in the freezer or not.
Cool off. You're young.
Oh, fuck off with that bullshit. I really can't understand it. I mean, they knew about the consequences. How can they just make decisions like that between drinks? Like human lives mean nothing? Are there any moral boundaries left?
they still exist. We may not cross them, but some people are just evil, and don't try to understand them.
Why?
Because they're bastards, and only other bastards can understand them.
Okay, hang on, Mr. Pessimism. Did you just admit there are good people in the world, and they include us?
Let's hope so. Otherwise, we're in deep shit.
Okay, that sounds more like you. I was starting to worry. You know, I didn't think it was possible, but looks like we're on the same page. James, can I ask you something personal?
Sure. Go ahead.
Do you believe in life after death? The real one?
And I thought I was the drunk one here.
Well, apparently in the past, people used to ask stuff like that all the time.
Because the average lifespan was less than 100 years.
And now? Can we believe in anything beyond this?
Okay. Wait a sec. Sure I do. Rachel believes it too.
I'm sorry. I forgot. I overstepped.
Relax. Nothing happened.
That looks really cool. The people down at the theater right there.
Shit.
You can zoom in on it. I know there's some trickery going on, I'm sure, but
Rachel.
looks pretty realistic.
It's a beautiful vision.
Good little detail.
Damn it. Bloody hell.
James? James, what's going on?
Charms of an E-class shell. Got it from a junkie.
Still having synchro issues?
Yes. A whole list of shitty side effects. Those damn shivers. You know what's funny? I get the worst shakes in the toilet.
Well, that might be where the last guy liked to shoot up. Part of that may be conditioning. Memory imprinted on the shell. When the body gets certain signals, it's trained to react, expecting the drugs.
Okay, got it. You were the one who took notes at school.
Do you take care of regular synchro tests? Are you taking ambrosia?
Yeah. I'm an exemplary citizen.
It's important that you do it.
Thanks for caring. This is my fourth body. I can handle it. What are the weirdest synchro issues you've heard of?
I only know cases from police files, and they're not very amusing.
I heard about a guy whose senses swapped places. Extreme synesthesia. He heard colors, tasted sounds, and reacted to smells like he could physically touch them.
I know what synesthesia is.
He was doing fine until he died in a garbage truck accident one morning.
Whoa, did it hit him?
No, he was standing next to it. The smells killed him.
Well, as for your issues, how did the last Icarite transfer go?
Why do you ask?
Well, did it go smoothly, or did you feel something along the way?
Apparently, we're unaware during the transfer, but... Damn, I remember the burning and itching all over my body. I thought I was going crazy. Seth, my partner, said something was weighing him down. He also knew a guy who felt like he was falling off of a cliff every time he changed bodies. That's probably nothing unusual. Don't worry about that.
This part was intense for me. I was like, oh no, what's gonna happen? And also kind of reminded me of like The Fifth Element, the movie, if you guys have seen that. It's like every part of this I do, it reminds me of like some other movie or game.
Look, I'm just
In a good way, though.
a citizen who doesn't want any trouble.
And what are you doing here at this hour?
Resting after I fucked up half the city with a train. 2 weeks ago? Maybe you heard about it.
I have his data. James Kara, badge number 984. He's Department of Mortality, but not active in the system. Holy shit. It really is that psycho from the train. One last time. What were you doing here in the middle of the night?
I had to take an extra job, like everybody else in the department. You know how it is.
Shit. James, there's a bolo from the car from Icarus.
Hey, check that out. How'd your vehicle get those marks?
Icarus dropped suit over half the neighborhood when it burned. Got my car, too. No point talking about it. Car runs fine, it's just filthy.
Shit! Bolo for a 99 Bluebird! Hands in the air! Don't move! Tow the car right now!
Scan the fucker. Hey! Do not move! Hands where we can see them!
Did you get rid of the evidence from Icarus? Fuck! They're gonna take us both in!
Yeah, at this part I was like,
Okay.
great.
I'll spill. Yes, I was on the Icarus, but they threw me off the case. Chief Steiner himself gave the...
James, you stupid cunt! Will you just shut the fuck up? You're making it worse!
We're placing you under arrest. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. Attention all nearby units. Burglary in process at the jewelers. Corner of 11th and 58th. Floor 117. Repeat. All nearby units. Stat. Repeat. Burglary in progress. Corner of 11th and 58th. Floor 117. Ah, fuck this guy. Let's go.
Almost got us.
Did it work? Did they take the bait?
Hey, did you call in a fake burglary?
Uh-huh. It was all I could think of.
Well, well. I'm impressed. Thanks for saving my ass. One thing, though. Cunt? Seriously?
I panicked! Okay, James. I'm no expert, but the universe seems to be telling you to go home.
You believe in science?
I believe it's 2 a.m. and I'm getting sick of you.
Seriously? Shit. I owe you an apology. Didn't look at my watch.
James, I know you have your demons. I've read your file, but you've got to learn to control them.
Why do you think I drink so much?
But you know the saying? The sleep of reason produces monsters. Put the vodka away and rest. It will help.
Then I won't be as funny. Besides, it's a title, not a saying.
What?
Sleep of Reason produces monsters. It's the title of an old drawing. I saw the hologram. The guy falls asleep with his head on the desk. There are boogeymen and bats swirling around him, like they're coming for him. You can almost hear the flutter of their wings. It was, Goya, I think?
Suddenly you know art.
Rachel knew art. She liked this place, too. Used to stop here sometimes when I picked her up from work.
It's time to go back, James. Please, take care of yourself.
Alright. So, after all of that very noir style cinematic scene, the trophy Altered States will pop up, and that's just an automatic story related trophy, so
Rachel! Rachel!
Waking Sarah up for a drunken call was as healthy as my usual cigarette dinner. But I needed this conversation. And something told me she needed it too. Anyway, it was a nice contrast with all these conversations that leave me hungover even when I don't drink. I shouldn't be driving like this.
Alright, so there's another missable trophy opportunity right here. As soon as you gain control of James again, after this little cutscene, you'll notice all these pamphlets or flyers falling in the street, or falling from the sky. You're going to want to look up, once you actually have control, and you'll get a prompt to grab one, and that will give you the trophy. You've got mail. So as soon as you see the prompt, I don't know how fast you have to be, but I was able to get it really no problem, just as long as you look up and grab that flyer. See, it's right there. Bam. And then from here, you can move on back to the apartment, and we're going to do our second investigation board. This one, I'm not sure if it was shorter or I was just more used to it from the last one, but I seem to have gotten through this one a lot quicker.
Not good.
But before that, there is one more trophy we need to grab too.
I recommend immediate decontamination. The level of contamination of the shell is alarmingly above all norms.
I know.
The synchronization test will take place soon. Please do not leave the apartment for the next 24 hours.
Fuck. Where are the fucking drugs?
Don't you already know who the murderer is?
How did I...
Hey, doesn't the hero die at the end?
Yes. But he's trying.
And when will you cuff me?
You want me to cuff you?
Don't you want to?
If I don't get up from this couch and grab my drugs, I'll die. Drugs should be in the kitchen. Or the restroom. Maybe upstairs.
Alright, so now you're on a hunt for the pills. It doesn't matter what order you go and grab them. ultimately they're in the bathroom, but yeah, I'm gonna check the kitchen, upstairs, and then finally the bathroom to move the story along.
I think I got an...
I won't get rid of this hologram unless you take me there. Copy that. I really would love to go there.
There's nothing in this one either.
In ancient cultures, the Moirai were an allegory of destiny. They represented the brutal laws that governed. You look terrible lately. Try to smile a little, just a little bit.
Alright, so after all that psychologically traumatic fuckery, we're gonna grab our next trophy. So it's coming up here. Basically, before you go to start the investigation out there by the couch, go into the kitchen and just pick up the tree and you'll get Ray of Light.
I'm sorry. Please don't die.
And this is also in the subtitles. You're going to start seeing this. Oh no, we got to do this synchronization test first. This part's really cool. Well, in my opinion. If you like baseball, you'll appreciate this.
Logged. James, Kara, welcome back. I'm starting the synchro test.
Please take a deep breath and imagine a safe space. Feel the ground under your feet. Excellent. Very literally, but perfect. Please select a seat.
So I kind of take a little time looking around here. It's a baseball stadium, so I couldn't help myself. But that looks really cool. New York Hellhounds. That score, 14-13. That's a rare score in baseball. But yeah, I think it was cool that he was a pro baseball player previously. But yeah, it doesn't matter where you sit here. I chose to sit. I batted right-handed, so I chose to sit on the right batter's box. But I don't think it really matters.
We need to remember the last moments of our lives and
together face the trauma of the last death. Yes, I know. I'm sorry.
before we get to the point, please recall the first death.
It was just an injury. I just changed my body. My old shell went to the Hall of Fame. It looks pretty good there.
Please start calibration process. successful. Thank you. Let's go to the memories. It's time to confront
So he went from a
Proceed
baseball
to the
to a
next
wedding ring to a flask. Sounds vaguely
The key
familiar.
to synchronization is the ability to put the past into perspective. Please try to do this. You are at the peak of your abilities and career. Have you thought about buying a Synchro Plus program?
Thanks. I can't afford it.
No worries. Common tests work just as well. Please, continue. A new body? A new chapter in life?
I had no choice. I didn't synchronize with the new shell like I did with my original.
Positive rate threshold is 80%.
You.
Excellent. You found a new purpose in life. Finding yourself in a new reality is a huge challenge.
Turns out I have a knack for this job.
Do you miss your job?
You don't even realize.
Let's move on to the last death event. It seems that the complexity of the trauma will not allow us to continue.
I can handle it.
So this part can get a little confusing, but if you hit and you'll see it coming up. If you don't know, if you're not sure where to stand to synchronize the objects, if you hit the hint button, it'll kind of show you a blue light of where to go. So
I'll get it from my
just keep that in mind.
Some shine, grease, burn, and...
Excellent.
Seriously? I had a chance to hit it. My gun jammed, even though I cleaned it the day before.
Who did you want to hit?
All I remember is we were on a mission. Me and Seth. Powerful explosion. I think it derailed the train. My ears were ringing and... Fuck! I don't remember.
What about Seth and the one you were chasing? Can you focus on them?
So many bodies. I had to get him. Dispense justice. Bastard kept eluding me.
Little context to what's going on. I don't know if you guys caught it or heard it earlier, but his last death was in a train, some sort of a train accident. Just to, if you guys were confused here, but it goes more into detail on it later on, too.
James, do you blame yourself for what happened to him?
We got a lousy job. He knew the risks. But I was his partner. He relied on me.
station. We'd better stop for today. All right?
Now? When do I get a chance to pass the damn test?
That's creepy.
Let this go. I can't.
Roll over your own dead body.
I'll finish it, and I'll be back where I belong.
Attention. Dynamic element detected.
James, it's dangerous. It could be projection, not recollection.
What projections? This is my fucking window.
We recommend staying home. Your mental state is very strained and you need time to recuperate.
How long until I'm back to work?
From 9 to 12 months. Estimates may change.
Fuck!
Yeah, can't say I blame him. I probably would have done the same thing.
Sarah, I fucked up. I don't know how to say this, but I think I'm admitting guilt.
What happened? Is everything all right? What have you done?
I can't do anything. I have no chance to go back.
James.
No. I'll finish the case. I won't leave it like this, but I won't drag you down with me. I'm sorry for earlier. I'll cover all traces. I can't drag everyone down all the time. I didn't deserve it.
Whew. Wow, that's very kind of you.
Excuse me?
You're such a drama queen sometimes. What did you think? I'd leave it like that? I'll leave you with it? I have a few leads to discuss.
Really?
You think you're the only person in this town who wants to know what's going on?
Let's get busy then.
This kind of tripped me out too, that I never noticed that bedroom before. So, did they have a kid? It hasn't been talked about. And this part, you actually don't even need to do, but it's kind of crazy. That's why I left it in here, seeing how much he has to pay yearly for his shell. 13 grand with all his discounts. Alright, so now, once we interact here, we're going to get into, and also the subtitles is when this comes into play. I've added the subtitles. So me as a gamer, I hate subtitles. The first thing I do is I go into the options and turn them off, or make sure they're off. But for you guys and for the sake of this walkthrough, I went ahead and put them in there.
Into the building right after Green's death is more than just a lucky break.
Lucky?
For us, definitely not for them. You know exactly what I mean. Let's start with the connection between the Green case and the Icarus shooting.
Fucking dimmer. So I'm just looking at each clue, description of them. I approach this a lot differently, not knowing kind of what to do now. So what do they have in common? What does Green's case have in common with the Icarus? I believe it's Green's last letter.
So the watch with a photo wasn't evidence of a friendly quarrel between Kovalev and Green?
They were obviously very close.
Bloody request. Why would Kovalev check off that item if it would ruin him? So nope. That wouldn't it. serpent symbol. Toxicology of the Icarus, I believe is what it is. Yeah.
Was the toxicology of the rest clean?
Well, I wouldn't say that, but it was normal for this social class.
Sarah, you have access to the CTC registers.
Just
Serpent
checked.
symbols.
Kovalev's Zegarite never made it there, which means that this is
The
another...
answer to that
This is
one.
another final death. They both left this world, and they left behind quite a mess.
Do you think they managed to carry out the plan from Green's letter?
All we know is they gave their lives for it.
Could anyone here know Green and Kovalev were up to something?
Damned good question. Let's check.
And this is just me trying to organize it, make it less jumbled up like the last one.
Chief's errand boy.
I wonder how big his stable
Indeed.
was.
Next step.
As the chief's trusted man, he must have known about Green's death.
Just what was he looking for here?
So why was the officer there in the first place?
That tell you something?
Shit. Too many copper phase
Technical
conductors with
plans.
polyvinyl insulation.
What?
I really don't know.
Sarah, can you check what building this is?
How am I supposed to do that? This is just a small section. I need more to work with here.
Unclear plans. So this is the final one, actually. I think.
You've identified
Travis
him.
Collette.
Great.
Yeah, it's a developer named Travis Collette.
Travis Collette. Bonjour, Travis. Travis Collette. Travis Collette.
James!
Sorry.
Voila. So Travis Collette was the guy that they couldn't identify with the tie
Dean was
that
buying the
TK on it.
blueprints for Green's apartment from Collette. And Collette didn't know about Green's death. And that order not to board Icarus. You think Dean was following the chief's orders?
Can't rule out that Dean was working for someone else.
Like who? And what the hell do Green's plans have to do with it?
Let's focus on the second question.
You think we missed something at Green's?
Everything points to that.
As long as everyone's focused on the riot now.
So
the
now they're gonna
apartment
go
should be
back
empty.
to Green's apartment.
Let's finish what we started.
Diagnostics complete. Repair cost and fine $938.
Fuck you. And don't wait for me with dinner. Late.
And the Mouth of Madness automatic story. Related.
After our little nightly talk, I knew I wasn't alone in all this. Sarah may have been only a voice in my earpiece, but it was a voice of integrity and reason. which was what I needed at times, and which could be switched off at other times, and unlike other such voices, without grabbing a bottle.
So that's it for this video. Hope you guys again are enjoying it. And next we're going back to Green's apartment, and why that's significant is that's where I found out I missed a trophy in part 1. So in the next part I'll show you where I missed it. You can't earn it here in the second visit, but I'll show you where you need to go and play through it. It doesn't take very long to get to that point, to that where you can grab that trophy, and it's the chocolate one where it described the smell of chocolate. So with that being said, thanks again guys, and leave a comment, like, and catch you on the next one.